Fox 7's Camille Williams is live there with the latest. Unbelievable, Camille.
Jenny, just heartbreaking. Hundreds of people will be spending the night here at Bastrop Middle School. And as you can see behind me, the parking lot is completely packed tonight. There are still cars trickling in, so they are looking for spots possibly on the grass. Now, this fire, 14,000 acres, not contained tonight. And with all these fires across central Texas burning, the county officials say it could take days to get this fire out. Here's video from earlier. Authorities would not let us get too close because this fire and the wind, it's extremely dangerous. The Bastrop County judge says the first fire started around 2 p.m. in Circle D. With the wind, it pushed a second fire off of 290 to join that one. And that's where all the evacuations started in that area. It blew across Highway 21 and 71. There are 19 agencies out here trying to fight this fire on the ground. But right now, the county judge says resources are stretched thin across central Texas, so they may not be able to get a handle on the fire for days. We found a couple of evacuees earlier today. Here's what they had to say.
The whole power went off, like we had a fan on, it wasn't working, the air wouldn't work or anything. So my dad decided, he thought it was just local in the area, so he decided to just go out and ask people what happened if they're experiencing it too. So when he came back, he told me that there was a fire by 21, and we left and we saw this big, huge black gray of smoke.
I just hope all my neighbors, and I know my wife has a lot of family in Tahitian Village, the other residential place down there, so they're elderly actually, so hope everything works out for them. Supposedly they started right
off of between our road at Cattleman and Charlotte.
And other than that, they won't let us get home. We don't have anything. We have animals.
Kids are safe.
We're
safe.
The Texas Forest Service and county officials say that there were 3 C-130s that dropped water on this fire, but as of right now, with the wind as strong as it is right now, they're waiting for it to die down before really trying to contain this fire. It's just too dangerous for a lot of the firefighters. But don't get me wrong, they are out here on the ground trying to get a handle on it. Again, it could take days, though. Everyone who evacuated, if you're staying with family and friends, you still need to check in at a shelter. If you can't come to the Bastrop Middle School to check in, just to leave your address and name so county officials can get in touch with you, you can go to Smithville at the Bastrop First Baptist Church, in Smithville, Grace Lutheran Church in Smithville, and Recreation Center that's also in Smithville. We'll try to get those shelters on our website and all the latest information as soon as we can, but we'll be right back out here around 9:30 to give you the very latest. Jenny, back to you.
Williams reporting in Bastrop. Thank you very much. Earlier, we told you about a 14,000-acre fire in Bastrop County. That has forced hundreds of people to evacuate their homes. Fox 7 Camille Williams joins us live again. She's at the Bastrop Middle School, where it's acting as a shelter for the people there. Camille, what have people been telling you at that shelter?
Well, unfortunately, Jenny, a lot of them just don't even know if their home is one of the homes that were damaged or destroyed. We're being told tonight that more than 300 homes have been damaged or destroyed in this fire. So many of the people here, they'll likely spend the night here until maybe tomorrow or until at least firefighters can get a handle on this fire. But earlier today, around 2 o'clock, the county judge told us that a fire started in Circle D. The wind blew a second fire off of 290 to join that one. The fire has forced hundreds to evacuate in Tahitian Village, Pine Forest, and more subdivisions. There are no reports right now of any injuries. Right now, authorities say it could take days to get this fire out because resources are stretched thin across central Texas. If you were told to evacuate, make sure you check in at the shelter, even if you are staying with family or friends. This way, county officials can get a hold of you to give you any information that they need to tell you. Now, the Texas Forest Service says they are going to wait until this wind dies down before they really try to work on containment, because right now this is very dangerous. But don't get me wrong, firefighters are out here working on this fire, doing what they can to at least get a handle on it. But as far as really getting a fire line around there, it's going to be really tough, especially, as you know, with all these fires across central Texas. Resources are really strapped right now. Jenny?
What about injuries, Camille? Have you heard about people being injured trying to evacuate their homes?
I haven't heard that of any injuries of anyone trying to evacuate their home. But, you know, it's still too early to tell. I mean, as far as the county judge knew, he didn't know of any injuries.
Well, that's good news.
But after, they survey the damage, that could all change, of course.
What about firefighters? Maybe exhausted from fighting the heat? I mean, we did hit 100 today.
That's right. Yeah, no, we have not heard of any firefighters that are injured as well. And that is the big thing. They're trying to get ahead of this fire, trying to evacuate people to make sure everyone is safe and hopefully not injured, and we don't have any losses.
And we hope it stays that way. Camille Williams, good job tonight on several stories you've covered for us. Thank you very much.
Giving you the Austin Edge, the Fox 7 News Edge at 5.
Central Texas under siege. Heartbreaking stories now coming out tonight from Central Texans who have lost everything they have. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Loriana Hernandez.
And I'm Mike Warren. Governor Perry is expected to speak soon. At least 300 homes have burned in the largest of the Central Texas fire that is still burning in Bastrop County. Fox 7's Camille Williams, she is live in Bastrop. She begins our live team coverage tonight. Camille.
All right, Mike and Loriana, Governor Perry is here. Once he hits the podium inside the convention center, there's going to be a 5 p.m. presser. We're going to take you right in there live to listen to what he has to say. But we just got out of a 4 o'clock presser with Bastrop County officials, and they tell us this fire has grown from 14,000 acres to 25,000 acres. More than 450 homes have been destroyed and more than 19 subdivisions have been evacuated. Now, there are some road closures to tell you about. Highway 21 between Bastrop and Smithville, Highway 21 between Bastrop and 290, FM 1441 between Highway 95 and Highway 21 are all closed. This fire is still moving south. And of course, firefighters are trying to work on getting this fire contained, but they say it's going to take days. Now, there are lots of concerned residents in here wanting to know when they'll be able to return back to their homes or if their homes were burned. You're going to listen to them right now when we talked to them earlier. Residents watched the sun rise through the large cloud of smoke lingering over their neighborhood. Many spent the night at Bastrop Middle School after firefighters told them to evacuate their homes on Sunday.
My name is Judge Ronnie McDonald, Bastrop County Judge. As of yesterday at 2 o'clock, we were faced with an incident that really has affected many families.
A 14,000-acre fire forced at least 5,000 evacuations. At Monday morning's press conference, some residents showed up hoping for answers to when they could return home, but officials say it doesn't seem like any time soon.
All the fuel is extremely dry. We combine that with high winds and low relative humidity yesterday, and we lost property, we lost acreage, and we actually expect today to not be much better.
With a red flag warning in effect through Monday night, it could take firefighters days to get a handle on this fire, leaving residents in the dark about when they can go home, if it's even still there.
I live on 151 South Buckhorn Drive. I built a geodesic dome there about 30 years ago. A unique little house. I built it by myself, and I'm afraid it's gone.
When we were at the middle school, they told us that where our house is located, it's in a burn zone. They had big red mark up Tahitian Drive all the way over to 71. So we'll see. We can't go by the coulda, shoulda, woulda. We'll just try to move forward.
Back live now, you're looking at this large cloud of smoke. Again, this fire is moving south. It has remained north of the Colorado River. It did jump south of the river last night, but it has stayed north for the most of today. There's a boil water advisory out there for a lot of you living in Bastrop. It's for people living near 95 north and south, 290 and 71 south. Electricity, apparently 3,800 meters are without power, and there could be, even if you're home right now watching us, you could soon be without power if this fire is headed towards your way. Blue Bonnet is saying they're going to have to open up those lines so firefighters can work freely in that area. Bastrop ISD, Smithville ISD, there's no school tomorrow, so that's what you need to know. There's 250 firefighters out here working this fire. They still need more resources to contain it. It is not contained at all. They're using dozers to try to get get a fire break around it, but it hasn't been enough. They're also trying to create wetlands. They have some helicopters, military helicopters in the air dropping fire retardant and water, but it has not been enough. Again, this is going to take a long time to get this fire out. We're going to have much more on this story, bring you live updates throughout this newscast. Make sure you keep it here for Governor Perry's live presser coming up shortly. Back to you guys.
Yeah, not going the way we want to. Okay, Camille, thank you for that. Welcome back. The largest of the Central Texas wildfires continues to burn in Bastrop County. Fox 7's Camille Williams has been covering that fire since yesterday. She joins us now live from Bastrop. Camille.
Mike, you know, Governor Perry just a few moments ago said that this is a mean-looking fire, and he's not lying about that. Take a look at these clouds behind us. They definitely look mean as they roar down south from us, but this fire is far from being contained, and it could take days before it is. We're being told by county officials that this fire has grown from 14,000 acres to 25,000 acres, and more than 475 homes have burned. More than 19 subdivisions have been evacuated. Now take a look at this video from earlier. This is a subdivision called Circle D. Flames ripped through homes there, just like they have in other areas of the county. This fire has been raging since 2 yesterday afternoon. There are no injuries or deaths to report to you this afternoon. 250 firefighters, they are out here working on getting a handle on this fire. There are dozers out here trying to fire break around the fire. Many fire engines creating wet lines, and military planes in the air dropping water and fire retardant. The fire is north of Colorado River, moving south. There's a boil water advisory for Bastrop residents in this area. There are also lots of road closures on Highway 21, 290 and 95. We have all of that on our website if you can head over that way. And no school in Smithville ISD or Bastrop ISD tomorrow. So again, no school classes are canceled. Electricity outages, Blue Bonnet says there could be some even in homes that have no fire damage. So if you're home, you're safe. It's quite possible you could see a power outage, and it could last for several days. It's because firefighters will be in your area trying to fight the fire, and of course that'd be very dangerous to keep the power on. All right, we'll have Mike and Loriana.
All right, Scott, thank you. Many Bastrop wildfire victims didn't get to celebrate this Christmas in their homes. Hundreds are still displaced, living in hotel rooms or maybe with friends. Fox 7's Camille Williams has their story.
Judy Thurston is looking back at Labor Day weekend, a heartbreaking memory of 1,500 homes burning to the ground.
We could see the fire on the ridge of the hill. We knew it was coming.
Thurston, her nephew, and his 2 kids now live with friends. The living quarters are tight, but she has no other choice.
We were hoping to figure out something, but because we didn't have insurance and we had to wait on FEMA money, and then you get a certain amount and you have to spend it a certain way. It's just been a long process.
She has no insurance and not enough money to rebuild her home. She says she will make the best of Christmas.
It's okay. It's not like being at home, though.
But it will be tough.
Those colors look good together.
Janice Swank, her husband, 7 kids, 8 horses, and 3 dogs know about how tough the journey to recovery can be. They also lost their home in the fire.
My house. I wanted it to be rebuilt. That was all I wanted for Christmas.
In a recent interview with Fox 7, Swank showed her kids the blueprint to their dream home. They were all hoping by Christmas they would break ground on their new home.
The mortgage company. They weren't wanting to negotiate with us. They wanted to foreclose on the property. Yeah. They're saying we owe all these back fees, so we had to hire a lawyer.
That fight paid off. On Wednesday morning, Swank received a call from the mortgage company.
You are building your house. Your dreams are coming true.
Now Swank hopes to be in her new home by summer. Both families, although the road to recovery will be long, they are thankful that this Christmas they have their family to lean on. Camille Williams, Fox 7 News Edge.